Today I would like to discuss the question number 7, arithmetic progression. This question is related to 2021 O-level paper. I will read it now. As shown in the figure, a tap and 18 flowering bushes are located such that they are collinear. The distance from the tap to the first flowering bush is 5 meters and the distance between every two consecutive flowering bushes is 2 meters. First of all, I will draw this diagram. This is the tap. Thus you can draw, right? Then very easy to do this question. The distance between tap to first flowering bush, 5 meters. The distance from first tap to second flowering bush. What is the distance? 5 plus 2, 7 meters. The distance from the tap to third flowering bush, 5 plus 2 plus 2, 9 meters. The distance from the first tap to fourth flowering bush, 11 meters. Then so on. There are some bushes, flowering bushes, like that, right? What the question asks from this question, first part, Roman numeral 1, write separately the distance from the first step to the first, second and third flowering bushes respectively. Then what is the answer for the Roman numeral 1, part 1? Then the distance from the tap to first flowering bush, 5 meters. The second flowering bush, then 5 plus 2, 7 meters. Right? Then distance from the tap to third flowering bush, 5 plus 2 plus 2, 9 meters. What they ask only first, second, third, right, terms. In other words, right? Now we can write down this first term, then second term, this is the third term. Okay. So therefore, actually if you want to write down as a progression, not necessarily put down the units, then just you can write down then 5, 7, 9, like that. Not necessary to write down the units. Then what is the second question they ask? Now you can see, how far is the 8th flowering bush from the tap? In other words, they ask 8th term of this progression. We know how to find the 8th term. There is a formula to find the 8th term in an arithmetic progression. What is that? Tn equals a plus n minus 1 times d. If you have written down this formula, you can get 1 mark in the examination. That is very important. So, according to the question, now we can find 8th term T8 equals, what is the first term? 5 plus, this is Tn equals 8, no? Therefore, this also 8. 8 minus 1. Now you know, in an arithmetic progression, what is the common difference? How to find the common difference? Then second term minus first term, right? Then what is that? 7 minus 5, 2, right? Plus 2. So we can simplify, then 5 plus 8 minus 1, 7. 7 times 2. Then what is the answer? 5 plus 7 times 2, what is this? 14. Then 5 plus 14, what is this? 19. So actually, how far is the 8th term, 8th flowering bush from the tap? 19 meters. Actually 19 meters. That is the answer. Right. What is the third question? Roman numeral 3. Which flowering bush is 30 meters from the tap? Third one. In other words, which term is 37 meters? Once again we have to write down this formula, then Tn equals a plus n minus 1 times d. Then actually we don't know the n, we need to find n. What is the then Tn equals 37 meters, not necessarily write down meters. What is the first term? 5, no? 5 plus n we don't know, we need to find n multiplied by, what is the common difference? 2, no? Then we can simplify. We should remove the brackets first. You should know. Then 37 equals 5 plus, then 2 times n, 2n. 2n, then you know, minus 2 times 1, 2, right? Then how to remove these brackets? You have to multiply by the positive symbol. Then 37 equals 5 plus into plus 2n plus into minus 2. Then we can simplify further. Then 37 equals 2, 5 minus 2, 3. 3 plus 2n, right? Then we can take this one to the other side. What will happen to plus 3 become minus 3. Then 37 minus 3 equals 2n. Then 34. 34 equals 2n. Then both sides we should divide it by 2. Then what is the answer? 2 times 1. Then n equals 17. Actually, the answer for this third one, now actually this is 17th flowering bush. Should be the distance 37 meters from the tap. The 17th flowering bush. Okay, children. Now, the last question. That is very important one. We can get some more marks in this question. What it says, Fumi fills a bucket with water from the tap, carries it to the first flowering bush, water it and returns to the tap. She fills the bucket again with water, carries it to the second flowering bush, waters it to and returns to the tap. Full stop. She waters the flowering bushes up to the 18th one in this manner by carrying a separate bucket of water to each flowering bush respectively. Full stop. Finally, she places the empty bucket next to the tap. Full stop. Show that the total distance she walks during this activity is more than 790 meters. They didn't ask direct answers. They ask also more than or less than, right, values. That is very important. You should understand present trend of paper setting, right? So how to do this, right? What they ask, actually up to 18 flowering bush, he takes buckets of water and goes and waters it and returns to the tap, and once again he fills the water into the buckets. Now up to 18 flowering bushes. Actually you should be able to understand, actually 2 times distance Pumi travels, right? Because put the water and returns and collect the water and put the water to the bushes. Now shall we do that? Roman numeral 4. In other words, actually sum of the arithmetic progression. Sum of the arithmetic progression, 18 terms. 18 terms. Then what is the formula to find the sum of the arithmetic progression? Sn equals to n over 2, open the curly brackets, 2a plus n minus 1 times d, close the brackets. Then S18, right? Then n equals 18. Then what is the value n? 18. 18 over 2, right? Then 2 times. What is the first term? You know, in an arithmetic first term already we have found 5, no? Plus this 18 should come here. Then 18 minus 1. What is the common difference is 2, no? Right? Already we know, right? D is 2. Then close the bracket. Then we can simplify. S18. Now 2 times 1, then 2 times 9. 9. 2 times 5, 10. Plus 18 minus 1, 17. 17 multiplied by 2. Right? Then 9 times. Then 10 plus 17 times to 34. Then 9 multiplied by, brackets means multiplication, then 10 plus 34, 44. Then you can multiply. What is the answer? Right? 9 times 4, 36. 3 is remaining. 9 times 4, 36. 36 plus 3, 39. Right? Then sum of the distances up to 18th flowering bush is 396 meters. Actually this is meters, right? Meters. But she walks 2 times. Therefore, we should multiply this value by 2. Then what is this? Should be the answer. 396 multiplied by 2. Then 2 times 6, what is this? 12. Right? 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 9, 18. 18. 18 plus 1, 19. 1. 2 times 3. 2 times 3, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. What is that? 792 meters. Now what they ask, we should show that more than 709 meters. That's why this should be more than 790. That is the answer. The children, those are the answers. Question number 7, last O-level past paper relevant to arithmetic progression. Thank you very much, children.